What's up, everybody? The Destroyer here, and welcome back to another cast of patch 1.06 of the Battle for Middle-earth 2. Today we have a 2v2 on Udun, but this is an old game from October 27th, 2008. So a long-ass time ago. Not as long as one of the other casts I did, but pretty long nonetheless. And so we have, of course, 2v2 on Udun. We have Elves, we have GoW, the General, so he'll be the General, is Elves in the top left. His partner is NathanPearson as the Men of the West. That's his real name. Straight up, here's my real name. Anyway, we have BuD Pitch, so he'll be Pitch, of course, as Men in the bottom right, and the Elves as KoA Nuclear. So Nuclear. Wait, Elves and Men versus Elves and Men. It's a direct mirror. Interesting. Well, that should be good. I guess whoever comes out on top will be the superior team in the Elf matchup, huh? Apparently this is a really good replay, I guess. Highly rated in the archives of game replays, so we'll see. Very downloaded, very liked. I'm trying to cover some old games that kind of show off the good parts of patch 1.06, I guess, so to speak. Because there were some good games played on this patch, of course. A lot of you players wouldn't have seen these, but some of you have been around a long time and probably have seen some of these replays, maybe, if you've been active a long-ass time. But anyhow, let's get to the game here at hand. We have the Men of the West here, NathanPearson. Let me just move this real quick here. There we go. NathanPearson going for Cavalry. His partner sent some archers there, so he's going to get some Gunner Knights. And looks like he has archers here as well, defending the back of his base from being attacked, I suppose. Meanwhile, Nuclear down here is the same. He's got archers. As he sent archers to his... No. They're doing the exact same thing, because that'd be kind of amusing. For some reason I'm observing someone. There we go. Ah, beacons. Apparently I found out if you scroll between this, it actually deletes beacons. It's kind of interesting. Kind of convenient as well. Ooh, some archers going to meet some Gunner Knights head on. That's not ideal for the archers. And those archers will be picked off easily. We do have knights from Pitch here as well. Another was put in the south, throwing down a rally call. He will be able to overpower his opponents. As I believe his opponent, NathanPearson, yeah, he went for Elven Wood. I believe all these players went random as well. I'm not too sure though. I thought the replay things had randoms all across the board. So it'd be kind of interesting if they did all go random and it ended up like a complete mirror. What are the odds, huh? Of course, the Gunner Knights are going to be quite useful here, especially against the Elves. As you would expect, the soldiers will take a lot of damage from that. Actually, they didn't take too much because they didn't have much momentum. So those soldiermen didn't take a ton of damage. And we do have Mithril sentries, of course, out in the field now, which should help negate some of the cavalry. And we're getting tower guards for Pitch here as well. Looks like Nuclear's throwing down another Elven barracks to increase his output of troops. I was going to say, where's the rest of his trees? I didn't scroll down far enough. There they are. Yeah, he's doing well enough on the economy front. Meanwhile, these Gunner Knights are raiding this tree of the General. He does have some Gunner archers. He has some Mithril sentries now as well, so he should be a bit safer. Of course, Mithril sentries are very slow, and not really the best unit to counter cavalry, to stop them from raiding your lands. It's really just you want the pikes to protect your army. Unless your archers are way in front of your pikemen, like that. That's not ideal, I will say. The Men of the West. Is this Pitches, guys? Yeah, they are Pitches. Luckily for him, his ally is right there, and not his enemy, because that would have easily ended up with a few flattened archers, I would imagine. We do have some Rohirrim, though, out in the field for NathanPearson. It feels weird saying his full name. Mr. NathanPearson. He is sending some Rohirrim with some Gondor Knights to take out the stables of Pitch here. Pitch does have some tower guards. We'll fend him off a bit, but he has lost the stables, unfortunately. And it looks like Nuclear is attacking NathanPearson now. With a few battalions of archers, or a couple battalions of archers, a couple battalions of Mithril sentries. Potentially he might be able to get the barracks with the sentries. He does have a rally call on his troops, so he should be able to. The archers are a little bit out of position though, and the looks like the cav will run through the majority of them. And these Gondor soldiers coming out should be able to fend off these Mithril sentries, I think. So NathanPearson should be able to fend this off. And of course his ally has come to his aid as well. So the general looking to help out over here. Keep this barracks standing, and they do so. Luckily for him, he still has level 2 stables, is where his opponent does not. To put his opponent at a disadvantage, not having high tier cavalry to play with. There's a beacon there showing there's a thing of Gondor Knights actually attacking the trees here. The Rohirrim, of course, could kill the Gondor Knights, as they are superior cavalry. Of course, the Gondor Knights themselves will help out. It looks like the general will lose that farm, unfortunately for him. Meanwhile, a attack from Nuclear coming in on his base as well. His army is way out of position, all the way over here in his teammate's base. He needs to get back to his base immediately. He's going to lose a lot of stuff. Of course, Nuclear does need to be careful though. These cavalry will run through his archer line very, very brutally. See, he's doing a nice job of keeping the pikemen in his guys. He does porcupine inside his archer line. That is perfect. That will keep his guys safe, and he did manage to get that tree there, which is nice. And it looks like General deciding to go back to his base now. Probably a good idea, I would imagine. While NathanPearson attacking the general now, or Nuclear, the elfin player here. Is that a hero? It is a hero. We have a Theoden for Pitch, the bottom right player. So we'll be chasing around these guys. Theoden's a good counter to cavalry, as he is a cavalry unit himself. It looks like he's riding with them, doesn't it? But these are not Pitch's units, of course. And it looks like General cleaning up the army of Nuclear here. Stragglers fleeing for their lives back down to the south. Let's zoom in a tiny bit. There we go. Got some Gondor soldiers chasing around. And the other Gondor soldiers, of course. Is that the Theoden from Nathan? No, it's Pitch, of course. He doesn't have one yet. But it wouldn't be a bad investment, seeing as he's the one who's running around with most of the cavalry. I would say he should probably get a Theoden or an Éomer. Definitely would be a good investment. Pitch does have no cavalry, I believe. He might. He's got his stables back, though. Are these Pitches? Yes. So Pitch has some Gondor Knights and a Theoden. He also has a well to heal up his guys, which is nice. He's going to lose his stables once again, though. Unfortunately for him. Doesn't seem to be able to keep that thing standing. As the enemy knows how key it is to take that out. Neutralize the cavalry from the beginning. It's a good strategy. Run in, destroy it, get out of there, and just keep his opponent having to rebuild that building and not keeping a full-on cavalry army on the field. Nuclear has a lot of archers. Absolutely no pikemen. This would be a huge prime target for NathanPearson to run through. Fortunately, is under combat here. We do have a Legolas on the field as well, or Nuclear. He's also got some Mithril sentries on the field. Good thing. He's going to need them. And a Glorfindel's out in the field for the top player, General. The General. Let's call him General. Just quicker. But General will have him to use this. Glorfindel, of course, is very strong. His armor is not huge. He does die fairly quickly. As you see there, he's taking a lot of damage from arrow fire, especially Legolas's arrow fire. He will probably mount up and get the hell out of there. He's got to be quick though. He might die. Hopefully he has a heal. Oh, he doesn't have a heal, and he actually lost his orphan now. That's unfortunate. I guess that was not a worthy endeavor, running him down by himself. Sometimes that is definitely not a good idea. You gotta be careful with your heroes, of course. Don't just assume they're an army of one, unless they're Gimli or Aragorn. They're not. Of course, Gimli and Aragorn in patch 1.6 are absolute monsters. Overpowered as hell, in my opinion. But who... whatever. Alright. More soldiers down here from Pitch. Pitch has got a fairly sizable force on the field. He doesn't even move his builder, though. Doesn't look like he wanted to, though, so he does lose it. And NathanPearson, no, he won't actually take that farm. He doesn't have enough troops anyway. There's a lot of guys that are here from Pitch. The general putting down a beacon, showing there is a Theoden attacking his stuff. His builder. In comes some Gondor soldiers to protect and serve the land of Gondor. And we do have some tower guards here as well. Glorfindel's back out in the field. Hopefully he has a better time than last time. He also has Eowyn. Eowyn does have Flood at level 4. And she's useful for fighting cavalry and also harassing the enemy. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But you do have to be careful with her. I've ran many Eowyn into shiny, pointy spikes in my time. As I'm sure many of you who used to watch me play live commentary games at 1.06 would attest to. But anywho, Theoden's level 4. Once he gets level 5, he does get the glorious charge. Theoden and nearby cavalry only take 10% of normal damage. It's absolutely incredible for mounted units. Pretty much makes them invincible, and they can do whatever the hell they want for a short time. Which is very, very nice indeed. But there is a huge army from nuclear here. Let's see what he managed to get done. Nice hawk strike there. Managed to hit a fair amount of them. If he targeted here, though, it would have been much more devastating. He managed to only hit a few in the front. If you hit here, it will hit like the majority of them. But not bad nonetheless. Legolas will continue picking them off. Wait. What? Why is there purple men in the west and elves? Oh, purple and pink. I was like, what the hell? How is he controlling both? No, they're just very similarly colored. Jesus, I can't make those words. Tom Bombadil on the field, chasing off the army, of course. No one wants to fight a Tom Bombadil. He is a nuclear deterrent. Almost. It's kind of what he is in this game, if you think about it. Looks like Arwen, I was called Eowyn. Arwen and Glorfindel taking out some trees there. Looks like it was demolished before they managed to get any levels. Some Mithlond sentries being sent out, and yep, just like I said, Arwen throws himself into some spikes and dies. Of course, that's all entirely player. Could have been avoided, but hey. Well, that's cool. They just start becoming invisible. Very cool. I never actually used that elven cloak with the old Mirkwoods. That's pretty neat. You would think I would have after playing this game for so long, but no, I've never actually clicked that button to activate the elven cloak of Mirkwoods. Cool to see it in action, I guess. Did get him out of harm's way. We do have some Rohirrim out in the field for Pitch, who is now fielding a decent army as well and pushing north into NathanPearson's lands. Pearson does have a Boromir. Let's call him Pearson from now on. Cut down his name a little bit. Of course, Boromir, once he gets that Horn of Gondor at level 3, quickly, easily gets that. Pitch also has a Boromir, actually. Both using the Horn of Gondor. Is there two different Horn of Gondor sounds? I think there is, actually. It's kind of cool. They have different pitches, so to speak. That's pretty cool indeed. because Pearson's was lower, I believe. Lower sounding than the one.
They're coming straight for us!
The Rohirrim and Gondor Knights still continue to kick ass with Theoden in charge. Actually, this one's level 3. This it's Pearson's actually. The other Theoden is he's level 5, so he does have Glorious Charge. Well, he doesn't have much of an army to use it with. He needs to get more Rohirrim out in the field. Rohirrim, of course, in pretty much all patches are very, very strong. A Rohirrim army with Glorious Charge is to be feared, especially in 1.06 and 1.00. Couldn't speak to 1.08 really. But I'd imagine they're very, very good as well. Too bad Boromir does not have his horn. Can't freeze that army in place. Where is this Boromir going? Not sure. Pitch. Maybe Pitch should have attacked moved his Boromir. Excuse me. Clear my throat there. Glorfindel is doing some damage. He's up to level 4 now. Arwen is level 3. Once she gets level 4, of course, that flood will come into play, which is quite useful. Great for taking out weak units. It doesn't have a tendency to kill. I don't think it does enough damage to kill certain units, but it will knock everyone down at least. Nice hawk strike on the Mirkwood line, and the enemy. Well, it's not really an enemy, but the general will run his Legolas away. Heal up a little bit. Meanwhile, we have lots and lots of guys up here from Pearson, chasing around this Theoden of Pitch here. It's just continuing to run around the base, not getting a whole lot done. Looks like this stables is now level 3. Of course, it does get the faster building speed and the more life, so it doesn't hurt to go up to level 3 with your buildings. As you get faster troops out, you will get more life. They'll tend to live through earthquakes, which is always nice. Because earthquake, when your buildings don't live through it, can be quite devastating. As I'm sure there will be an earthquake in this game at some point. Let's take a look at powers while we're at it. Pearson has Tom Bombadil, Elven Wood, Rally Call, and Heal, and 12 power points. He's got 652 of 750 command points. Nuclear, the bottom left elf, has Arrow Volley, Heal, Rally Call, 11 power points, 704 of 700 command points, so he's command point capped at the moment. The general, the top left elf, he does have. Let's go back over here for a second. Watch the battle. He has some Tom Bombadil, Farsight. Farsight doesn't do anything, but
we come from Mirkwood.
Oh wait, Farsight in this patch gives a temporary range bonus to units in the target area. I wasn't aware of that. I thought that was only for Battlefield 1. No, so interesting. 13 power points as well, and he's got about 400 750.
We bring spears from Midland.
And then Pitch, of course, the bottom right player, who's being attacked at the moment. Arrow volley being thrown down. Uh-oh, looks like we got a summoned Ents here. That could be bad for the Elfin player here. 3 Ents, of course, get summoned in this patch. Ooh, brutal. And there's the flood. Of course, we do have Tom Bombadil, Elmwood, Heal, and 10 power points. 640 of 735 for the bottom right player. But yeah, these Ents, if he doesn't take care of these Ents quickly, he will lose his fort. Summon Eagles to try and fend them off. Of course, patch 1.06 Eagles are absolutely overpowered as hell. They are the devil. So he will take out that, but he actually will lose his fort if this Ent gets to throw one more rock, which it will. It will not have time to get destroyed before. And down goes the fortress of the general. That's bad news indeed. That bodes ill for the William team for sure. Can I delete these? That'd be kind of amusing if I could delete a waypoint. Well, that is something. Well, looks like he's still alive. There's a big attack from Nuclear on Pearson here. They're sounding the horn. Glorious Charge being used by Pitch's Theoden, it looks like. Oh, that's not Nuclear. That's a Pitch. The freaking colors, man. Purple and pink should not be so close together. This is all the bottom right mid of the West player, who's also being attacked at the moment. He does have Rohirrim and Gondor Knights with Theoden, or Éomer actually. Theoden might be in there somewhere, leading the way, and Pitch might lose his fort. In fact, I would venture to say he will lose his fort. Which is going to be unfortunate for him. The rally call will definitely seal the deal. And down goes the fort of Pitch, so 2 players have lost their fort. Ooh, brutal. That Hawk Strike was absolutely devastating. Killed a lot of them, and also killed Éomer. Theoden is back here. It's Pitch's Theoden. And of course his elven ally coming to his aid. Looks like the attack has pretty much been thwarted by a Pitch from Pearson here. And his ally, of course, coming to his aid as well. The fortress being rebuilt for the general, so he's by no means out of the game. Fortunately for Pitch, though, his fort is gone. Where's his builder at? Does he have a builder? There's the question. Yes, he does. Does he have the money, though, for a fort? Probably not. No, he's still 2 grand off of a fortress. Looks like he's sending his builder to his allies' base. Probably a smart move. But unfortunately, he will have to defend this land without a fortress. Which is still very doable. By no means, the fortress is not going to define whether he wins or loses the game. If him and his ally work together, they should be able to overcome his opponents. Legolas is doing a lot of damage here. All these archers level 5 here. Undoubtedly from being not just shooting guys, but they've probably been trained by their Legolases. Legolas trains archers, as you see there. He's doing it right there. The other opposing Legolas. But I'm sure Nuclear was doing it as well. So he's going for upgrades. Doesn't quite have Silver Thorns yet. So he's got the armor and weapons though. As we see equipped on his army, of course. And now a big attack, potentially, from Pitch and Nuclear on Pearson here. Or maybe not. Looks like Nuclear is going to try and finish off the Elves, who have seemingly recuperated a bit. He'll at least do a lot of damage. Looks like his ally will come with him. A bunch of Gondor soldiers here from Pearson in the back. He does have some Rohirrim as well. Warhammer's back out in the field. You can come to Rohirrim. He's got to be careful there. He could get a nice run through on these guys, but he would have to be very careful to avoid these fights. He might cross them just right. He might be able to, but Boromir using his horn, of course, will freeze them in place and make them go to hell. Nice sonic song, though, for Pearson's Tom Bombadil. A lot of damage there. Rally call being thrown down Rohirrim to make them die less. And hopefully we'll be able to get them out of there. Sounds like Boromir did die there, as to be expected. And Pearson will be alright, I think. Looks like the army is pretty much decimated for a general here. But Tom Bombadil is fending off these guys here. Oh no. The Men of the West looking to get a nice trample off on these Mirkwoods, trying to finish off these level 5 ones. Just need to be careful. Keep them alive so they can heal back up. Level 5 Mirkwoods are precious, to be cherished for all eternity. Looks like there is some Rohirrim back here as well, doing some damage to these trees. How close are we getting to level 25 power points, I wonder? It doesn't look like Pearson's very close. I'd say Nuclear is getting there.
We bring
17.
from Midland.
And of course, Ent Allies is a 15 power. So is Eagles, but he's only at 6. And of course, Pitch does not have a fort, so it really doesn't matter. And he is also on the defensive. As, looks like the Boromir has finally got his leadership, 50% damage, so that will help his swordsmen and pikemen do more damage, of course, here. So Pitch could be in a bit of trouble here. And it looks like Pearson's fort is doing just fine, not in any immediate danger. Neither is this one. He's also got the Elven Mist to hide in, which is nice. Elven Mist is pretty useful. Definitely nice to hide your troops in. As the enemy will not see it coming when they go around to it. And they're like, oh, there's an army here. Can be a real pain. Of course, I believe Farsight and like Ivory Tower and stuff can see through that. Those are timed. We've got Mirkwoods out for General now. I think those are his first Mirkwoods, aren't they? Potentially not, but first ones I can remember seeing. He also has his armor upgrades now. Feeling he needs to upgrade his army and his forge blades as well, because his opponent has it. He would be falling behind if he didn't get them himself, of course. It's hard to say which team is winning. I'd say probably the northern team is winning. I'd say Nuclear is definitely doing well, and I'd say Pearson is doing well. But because Pitch does not have much of anything, really, I'd say the southern team is definitely a disadvantage, because General, of course, has rebuilt his base. While his army is not much to speak of, he does actually have a lot more chance of living than Pitch does, even though Pitch has a very large army. Nuclear is helping his ally out over here with his Mirkwoods and his Legolas as well. Of course, he will need to be careful, though. These Rohirrim could run them down, and that could be bad news. The Boromir from Pitch using his horn, or Pearson using his horn, freezing the army of Pitch there. In comes the General's army of Elves to the aid of his ally once again. Of course, it's important to use teamwork in a 2v2.
They'll trample us!
A 2v2 isn't necessarily just a 1v1 next to a 1v1. That's not the way you should play your games. Looks like Pitch is throwing down a new fortress. That'll be useful for him. But yeah, teamwork is pretty key. A team with better teamwork will generally beat a team without it. But don't quote me on that. Because it is entirely possible that a team just better players will beat you one-on-one easily. So, there's that. Even if you are 2-on-1, sometimes you can still lose to a better player. I've had it happen many times. I would know. Trust me. I'm a doctor. I'm not a doctor. But I should be. I'd be getting a nice paycheck. Anyway, we got Mirkwood. Not Mirkwoods. Got the Rohirrim still doing damage. Looks like the last of the buildings pretty much are being cleaned up in Pitch's old base here. He has a farm. I believe that's it. Oh, he has a farm there. A couple farms, actually. A few farms around. He does still have a barracks here. But he still has a fort. And builder. It's an elven builder. I think he only has this one builder. So Pitch's fort is now up. Is anew. But it's really going to be up to the Elves to defend the south. And he'll have to do it against two teams, which will be a bit difficult. But he does have a very nice army to do it with. Lots of Mythalon sentries fully upgraded, and some Mirkwoods as well. Surprised he doesn't have Silverthorns at this point. He's working on it. Silverthorns would make a huge difference. I mean, of course, these guys will eat through them without it. Nonetheless. Oh, God. He's trying to burst down Arwen as quickly as possible. He saved himself from a flood. Nice job there. Nuclear almost got a tidal wave to the face. And that would have been really unfortunate for his elves, as they're not very heavily armored. I think most of the Mirkwoods would have died, if not all of them. Not sure, though. Not entirely sure of the damage output of the actual flood. Ooh, Sunflower going down on the army of the General. That's unfortunate. So Nuclear just got rid of an entire attack there. Pearson does have Earthquake ready to be used. This fort is definitely going to be hit by that very shortly, I have no doubt. And then followed up by a attack. There's a single guy there. Oh, wait, back here. Pitch does have almost 25 power points as well. Now that he has a fort, he should be able to utilize that. He just needs to get some men on the field and start getting some power points from attacking, as they will not just come to him while he sits around, as you would expect. He does have some guys with swords upgrades, though. He does still have a blacksmith here, so at least he has that. He doesn't have heavy armor researched yet, though. So technologically, he is inferior to his northern opponent, I believe. No, he doesn't actually have his armor either. Surprising that neither team would go for armor at this point, especially the northern team, who is not under direct threat. We do have Silverthorns on the field for the Elves of the South now. It should make quite a difference, although they still will lose to Mirkwoods. They do have the range on them. And there's a big flood from Arwen, who's recently repurchased. Killed majority of archers there, as you see. Didn't kill the pikemen though. But unarmored units definitely do not like flood in their face. Now Boromir leading a large group of Gondorian soldiers. Oh god, an arrow volley right on top of him. Nice job scattering his guys. He managed to take very few casualties there. And a big earthquake followed by some eagles. Oh god, it's eagles as well. This should be the end of the game, I think. There's also summon Ents being summoned in from nuclear. So those are at least his. The fort will go down to the eagles and the fort, or the forces of Rohirrim. And that is nuclear pretty much dealt with there. Do is take down Pitch's fort, and I think that'll seal the deal. Tom Bombadil is being summoned in everywhere. So much music being played right now. I think there's 3 Tom Bombadils in the field right now. 1, 2, 3. There is. It's a dance party. Unfortunately, this dance party is lethal. Well, that was a big attack. Definitely a finisher if I've ever seen one. Some Rohan allies as well from Pearson. Take out that builder of the Elves. That's unfortunate. Of course, he didn't really have much chance of getting away anyway, but looks like the northern team will take the victory here. Nuclear has been defeated. And we just have to wait for Pitch to get killed here. Let's head out to number 2. What is keeping Pitch alive? There we go. So yeah, very nice 2v2 game from patch 1.6 from back in the day. Well played to the players, the General and NathanPearson, for winning that match. But Nuclear and Pitch did pretty well as well. I thought they were going to win at some points, especially when the General lost his fort. Fortunately, Pitch lost his as well, so it was a base trade of some kind. Of course, they weren't actually trading because they were on opposite sides of the field. Anyway, I'm rambling. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'll be doing more 1.06 casts, of course, at some point. But yeah, for now, I will see you guys next time.